Hi everyone, we're going to use synthetic division to find the quotient and the remainder. And basically these are the two problems we're going to do. So this is a review and we're going to get started. Okay, the first one we're going to do is this one. And I know if you've already done this before, you set it up differently, but it's the same process. So the way I set it up is I know that I'm going to set this to 0. This is my divisor. So that would be x is -1. And the -1 is what I put in a little box. Then I just write my coefficients knowing, so I'm going to write 2, 3, 4, -10. And make sure you have this in descending order. So this would be your x cubed, x squared, x, 1, and this would be x to the 0. X to the 0 equals 1, by the way. Alright, so and then I draw a line here. And the first step you have to remember is to bring down your first number, so 2. Then what's nice about synthetic division is you get to add versus long division where you have to subtract. So less errors occur. So we're going to multiply -1 times 2 is -2. And you put it right there, and then you add those or combine those. So 3 plus a -2. So it's just basically 3 minus 2 is 1. Now multiply these two again, you get -1. Put it there and you combine 4 minus 1 is 3. And then you multiply the -1 times 3, you get -3. And then you combine, and that's -13. This last piece, and I always put a box there, is your remainder. So your quotient, and you go down 1. Since we started with 3, you go down 1. So that's going to be 2x squared plus 1x, or just x, plus 3. And your remainder equals -3. Just want to see how they wrote it. All right, -3. And the last one is this one. The problem with this one is, well, first of all, if you set this to 0, you get x equals 4. So that's what I'm going to put here. And now what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to go x to the 4th, x cubed, x squared, x1, and x to the 0. X to the 0 is your constant term, so that's -5. And I'll do that in green, -5. And x to the 4th is going to be 1, because there's a 1 in front of that. The rest of these we have to do placeholders on, and so I just put 0 there, because 0 times x cubed is just 0, so that's why they don't have it up in here. Now draw your line, and then we're going to drop down the 1 and multiply and add. So multiply 4 times 1, you get 4. Add those two, you get 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Add, and you get 16. 4 times 16 is 32. Add, and you get 32. And then you're going to multiply 4 times 32, and that's going to be 122, I believe. No, 128. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8. So then when you add these up, this is your remainder part. That's going to be 123. So therefore, your quotient, and we started with 4, so we're going to go down 1. So it's going to be x cubed plus 4x squared plus 16x plus 32. And your remainder would be 123. And that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.